This is the Swag Science from hoodallstars.com. We're going to break down the upcoming fight between Sergio Martinez and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Right now, we got Martinez in there with Kelly Pavlik. As you know, Martinez is a well-coordinated, athletic, strong boxer, puncher, southpaw fighter. He makes exceptional use of the ring, in and out, herky-jerky, awkward type of style. You see, he just got hit with a punch he didn't see coming. And I believe that tends to happen when he's in bad positioning in the ring. Sometimes he gets caught up in the moment. He puts himself in bad position, either against the rope or ducking down low, as you see right there. And he paid for it with the right hand. To his credit, Martinez is a fighter. Good chin. He comes back and he really puts a beating on Kelly Pavlik. Good straight left. He's already moving to the right to get out of the way of any counter punches from Kelly Pavlik. Now that's what he's going to have to do against Chavez Jr. You can't languish on the inside. He needs to throw the combinations, pivot, move. And for one thing, the most important thing he needs to do is stay away from the ropes and corners. And you see, that's really the most you'll ever see Martinez get hit is when he's against the ropes. Now we're going to bring it back to his first loss against Antonio Margarito. This is a fight in the early part of both of their careers. Both fighters will go on to improve their particular styles. And as far as the whole hand wrap thing with Margarito, until there's proof that he was using loaded wraps in all of his fights, I'm going to treat his victory over Sergio Martinez as a legit win. Now Martinez, you see, he's still doing the same thing that he does now that he was doing back then. Good movement. He probably didn't have the power that he has now, but he still threw good punches. He mixes it up, good combinations, good usage of the ring. Now he does some good work in this fight, but one thing that he did in this fight that he does now, sometimes he over moves a little too much, and he backs up and he finds himself against the rope a lot. And you see, that's where he pays for it. He can't do this against Chavez Jr. He has to keep this fight in the center of the ring. And he is open for punches and exchanges. Martinez has a habit of dropping his hands during punches. You saw Margarito got him with a good left uppercut to the body and a nice right hand over the top. Now, Martinez does do some good thing in this fight. He throws that left, he moves to the right. But you see, he's too close to the ropes. He's not really trying to push Margarito back. And as we all know, that's what you need to do for Margarito. And he can't do this against Chavez Jr. being up against the ropes. Good movement, but still, it's the body positioning is what's important, because you can move your head all you want, but a guy like Chavez Jr. and Margarito, they're going to go for that body so they could get that clear, accurate shot on their head later on in the fight. Now, this is an excellent fight that Sergio Martinez had with Paul Williams. It's an underrated classic. This is the very first fight. Now, you see how Paul Williams is stepping with the jab? Now, if you were just to jab at Martinez normally, without stepping into it, you won't catch him, because Martinez has some real good reflexes, and he uses that to kind of bait you to come in at him. So you must step with the jab to hit Martinez. Now you see, this is the exchanges I was talking about earlier. Martinez is good, he throws good punches, combination, but he's very hittable for an elite fighter. He does some good work here, but in these exchanges, he's dropping his hands. You know, he's getting tagged with hooks and uppercuts, chin all up in the air. He doesn't need to take anywhere near this amount of punches against Chavez Jr. Now you see Chavez Jr. is in there with Andy Lee, his most recent fight, which was good in terms of improving his skill, because Lee is a southpaw just like Sergio Martinez. Now Chavez Jr. did his thing in this fight. My biggest complaint is he took a little too long to get it going. Now you see he steps in with a good left hook. That's cool and all, but against Martinez, he's gonna have to step in with that jab. Martinez still has good reflexes. He might not be able to land that hook like he did on Lee. Now you see, Chavez Jr. He stays in front of Lee a little too long without punching. Yeah, best believe that Martinez is gonna be firing off combinations when this is happening. Chavez takes a good hit though. He takes a good punch. See, Lee has good power in that left, but his right hook is his best punch. You see, he lands a good one on Chavez Jr. Now the thing with Chavez Jr., you hardly ever see any great punches from him that come from the middle of the ring. Maybe a body shot, but all his real punishing blows come when he has opponents against the ropes. And this is why I was saying earlier that Martinez has to keep this fight in the middle of the ring. He gets to the corner, he has to pivot out of there just like you saw Lee do. We have to be smart with it. Don't drop your hands. Be at that right distance to get out of there, but still close enough to put your own punishment back on Chavez. See, this is what I was talking about, the pivoting and getting out of the corner. Lee isn't even expecting a punch right there. He gets caught with a mean one. Lee throws an uppercut from too far of a distance. Now you see, Chavez has a good hook upstairs, but I feel he's gonna have to jab a little more in this fight with Martinez. Now I can't even say a little more, a lot more. Again, another great punch when Lee's against the ropes. If you really think about it, Chavez's best chance in this fight is to get Martinez against the ropes and in the corner and really put on the damage. But in order to do that, he's gonna have to jab and put Martinez in bad positions in the ring. He can't just wait in front of him, move his head a little bit. You're not gonna tire out Martinez doing that. And you see, he puts Lee out of there. That was a good fight. As far as this fight with Martinez and Chavez Jr., conventional wisdom tells us that Sergio Martinez has this in the bag. I don't see it that way. Martinez is the favorite, rightfully so. But a part of me feels that his skill and his power is just not going to be enough against a guy like Chavez, who brings that elite pressure that we always see give Martinez trouble. And you saw in those 3 fights, Pavlik pressured Martinez, had some success. Paul Williams did, Margarito did, and won. You know, the thing is with Martinez, he's been getting hit in his last couple of fights by a lot of jabs and people stepping into him with the jabs, but no one really pressured him. No one had that really size and strength like Chavez Jr. will. So you didn't see Martinez gas like you do, like you see him do in some of his other fights when he fights better competition. And I believe that's going to be a factor, especially with those brutal body shots that Chavez Jr. likes to throw. I feel that Martinez has to fight a perfect fight to beat Chavez Jr. He can't have any mistakes, can't drop his hands, none of that shit. He has to fight perfectly. As far as Chavez Jr., to win this fight, he just has to be him, but improve the mistakes he made in the Lee fight, which is jabbing more, be a little more aggressive early, don't give away those early rounds. I feel in this fight, whoever fights their fight better could win, but I believe the size factor, the strength, it might be just too much for Martinez. Chavez by late knockout. HoodAllStars.com. Swag Science.